Hi everyone, myself Jagadambal, Assistant Professor, Dr. SNS Rajalakshmi College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. I am going to present about the topic is Hawthorne Experiment. Human resource is an important managerial function. The behavior of employees in an organization is governed by various desires, attitudes and feelings of the employees. George Elton Mayo was the one of the few theorists who consider the human relations issues and their impact on work performance. George Mayo and his other colleagues conducted experiments that is called as Hawthorne experiments. Hawthorne experiment are acknowledged all over the world as these experiments have changed the viewpoint of manager towards workers of the organization. Hawthorne relations movement, these experiments have a different perspective to the concept of human behavior and its function in an organization. Hawthorne studies covered the human relations movement. Although Great Depression and the labor movement were initiations of human relations practices. Elton Mayo, the father of human relations management. Types of Hawthorne experiment. It is included 4 types of Hawthorne experiment. First one is illumination experiment. Second one is relay room experiment. Third, bank wiring observation room experiment. Fourth one is interview program. Illumination experiment. Illumination experiment, it was named as illumination experiment because light was selected by the researcher for conducting the study and to examine the link between physical factor and productivity. The methods adopted for this experiment were, first of all, 2 separate groups of employees were chosen. Second one is one group asked to work under steady light, that is light, all the light facilities, and other group was asked to work under low consist of light. They are divided into 2 groups. One is the providing the full set of light facilities. Another group is providing the low volume of light facilities. Then third one is the aim of this experiment was to analyze the impact of lighting and productivity. The researchers were amazed by the result as the candle power variations of light did not influence the productivity as the productivity of both the groups increased. So they recognized that not the illumination but some other factors affected their productivity. Second one is relay room experiment. The aim of this experiment was to discover the physical elements that affect the productivity of workers. The methods adopted were, first of all, 6 female employees who were responsible for assembling telephones were chosen. Then researcher modified several factors in physical environment to determine the impact of these factors on their productivity. Second one is the physical factors that were modified included hours of work increased or decreased. Maybe for example 8 hours mean that is increased mean it is working hours 9 hours, decreased means it is reduced to 7 hours. Rest intervals between the 2 hours, in case of after 3 hours working mean 10 minutes break, after 1 hour working 10 minutes break. They are increasing the rest intervals. Engaged physical conditions, temperature and particular type of group incentives. These employees working in isolation away from the plant. Employees were not supervised but they were under researcher observations. Then third one is bank wiring observation room experiment. Basic objective of researcher was to identify the actual determinant the affecting productivity. The methods adopted by the researcher were 14 employees were selected by the researcher and production records of these employees were compared with their earlier production towards. Outcomes of this experiment were the each individual was limiting output group had decided it was the informal performance standards. Output of each individual remained somewhat stable for a particular period. Records of each department were destroyed due to variation between actual and reported output. Fourth one is interview program. Interview program. The aim of interview program was identify factors productivity. Hence, 2000 employees were carried by the researcher. The questionnaire was given by the employees and they were asked to respond without any hesitations. The result of these interviews explained by the relevance of social factors and an working environment. Thank you.